I want you to think back to a time where everyone was pitted against you, where the odds were not in your favor, and you didn't know if you were going to make it out of this situation, but you knew you were going to keep moving forward. I want you to put yourself in the energy when you did get out of that situation, when you did rise above those circumstances, and when you did things that people directly told you you couldn't do. I want you to ask yourself why you don't think that can't happen every time. When we have evidence that it has happened every time. You didn't win every time. But in situations where the odds are really, really stacked against you, the people that I'm talking to have come out on top, and they didn't know how they were going to do that. They weren't thinking about being on top, okay? They were thinking about getting themselves out of that situation and just using their intuition any way they possibly can to get themselves to safety. I want you to sit in that joy for a second when you do get yourself into a place of safety. That sense of pride and an overwhelming sense of happiness, also an overwhelming sense of self-recognition, and recognition for spirit. That is the energy that we need to become accustomed to. We know it on a, like if someone were to ask you, do you think things are going to work out? Of course you're going to say yes. Things are going to work out. And you're telling people they are, and you're feeling they are, but there's a sense of doubt. And I think the way to navigate this sense of doubt is whale spirit. Trust the great mystery. Heavy on the word great. Okay? Life is so up and down, left and right, in a circle. We're getting thrashed around a little bit, right? Or we have gotten thrashed around a little bit. Everything can change in a second. Someone can walk up to you and hand you $5,000. Someone can walk up to you and sign you papers to their life savings. Like, you can win a new car today. You don't need to know how things are going to work. I need you to really step into that joy of surprise, the great mystery. It is great. It is so great when you can really believe in the mystery of life. Having optimism for the future. Because why would it be negative? If I'm getting what I'm receiving, why would it be negative? If I'm getting what I'm giving, heavy on the we are in a season of receiving. You've given already. And this is more of a part 2 to the reading I did earlier today. Where there's an energy of feeling like you need to get something done, but you don't, like, not you need to get something done, you need to get something out, but you don't necessarily, I'll read you what I wrote. I said, I could give you the recipe, you can't cook it like me. And this was said by, I don't know who said it, but it was a woman, and it was in a Christian setting. But there's like a little bit of a sense of, am I saying too much? How much should I keep for myself? But also at the same time, knowing that you need to push your spiritual gifts, not push them, but like push them out, express yourself more, whether or not that's sharing with people in your immediate circle, or sharing with people on a broader scale. You're holding back a bit for your own protection. And what I got from Spirit is, they couldn't cook it. The people that are against you are moving in a different energy than you are. People who would use what you're saying for their benefit, they don't have the utensils, the ability, or the skill. They don't sit in the energy that you do to make that recipe. They could never cook it like you. It would never taste as good as it did. None of that. I also got that if you have labradorite, she's so pretty. Should be keeping that near, but also just the energy of the third eye and the throat chakra, and needing to share the things that you're downloading right now, needing to share the things that you are passionate about right now. And that might be something that's uncomfortable for you to do. It might be something that you have been made to feel is silly. But if we're moving into, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. Oh, that's what Declutter with Frog is about. Yep. The people who are not accepting or excited of this, they're going to be removed from your life. They are going to be decluttered. But in the reward for this is being seen and appreciated authentically, being able to be vulnerable without being exposed. It's a very different energy. You can share yourself with others in a way, like your energy right now is so protected that you can share yourself with others, give pieces of yourself without losing them for yourself. It's like, the print versus the original. You can give people these. Sometimes when we're healing, I hate that I'm bouncing around like this. Sometimes when we're healing others, we have to share times when we were broken. And that is, for some people, an opportunity to expose you. But you're in a place now in your journey, in your energy, where it doesn't matter. You know how vulnerable to be, first of all. And second of all, your vulnerability isn't an opportunity to expose you. That's what I'm trying to get out. It matters how you say it. But to be genuinely seen and appreciated, you have a level of respect for yourself by letting people just fall to the wayside, not fighting for approval from others. You're able to give a cleaner, more authentic and genuine version of yourself. There are flies because it's warmed up. And it's a luxury to be in your presence, okay? But also, it's a luxury to have an audience. So it's a mutual it's to have a good audience. To have a good audience is a luxury, but also it's a luxury to the audience to have someone who's a good healer, that has insight. So, what am I trying to say here? This was so cement when I first started this video. The point of this is you don't have to necessarily know where you're going, and you don't need to know, you don't know. You don't know how you're going to get there. And that is okay. You do not need to have the perfect plan. Presentation doesn't need to be on 150%. That actually is procrastination through fear of success and fear of being seen, because you don't want to be seen as your genuine self. You need to put on this whole thing before you can start. And by then, half of what you wanted to say is already gone. I don't know if I'm making sense to anyone, but that is the channeling that I really got. Whale spirit, feeling that indescribable joy and pride when you overcome the odds of something and you had no idea how you were going to get there and how you were going to do it. You had no idea. You had no idea. You still, to this day, could not explain how the things that came together, but they did. And that is how you slayed that dragon. That is whale spirit. The all-knowing universe, so deep in knowledge, thinking of things that you could never create on your own. That is the universe that works in your favor. You only need to tell them what you need. All right. That's this channeling. I'm going to tap out because, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to pull. I'm getting more on the turkey spirit. It's a 7. Give with gratitude and grace. That's what I was getting on earlier, and I didn't know where it was coming from, but there's like a respect for yourself that you didn't have before that's making you come off so graceful. That's protecting you from being exposed in a way that someone could use in a not so nice way, you know? Also, a turkey landed on my house. I think I said that in a video already once, but it did. Okay. I don't know why, but with the 7, I'm getting 7th house, which is, you know, contracts, connections that are like long-term partnerships. Give with gratitude and grace. There may be, and with 7th house, I don't know if I should think about this way, but I do think about it with like the ending of these contracts, but that could be because my 7th house is in Scorpio. But if there is a need, not even a need, it's like you're appearing very graceful in this sector of your life when it comes to partnerships. When it comes to partnerships, people are seeing you as very regal, as very graceful, as very thoughtful, as in both consideration and in you think about how you behave. Behave isn't the right word, but and it's not manners either. It's just a set of rules that you have for yourself. You carry yourself a certain way. That's what I'm trying to say. You carry yourself with a lot of grace and respect right now, and people are seeing that. There she is. Anything else, Spirit? I was just thinking about this reading. Oh, nah, that's crazy. Bobcat, life is a mystery. How crazy is that? This one, trust in the great mystery, and Bobcat, life is a mystery. Do not try to pin yourself down to how you're going to get where you're trying to go. Don't even try to, like, you can do your best and say where you want to go, but the truth is you just want to be successful. You just want to be comfortable. You want to live comfortably, right? You want to have your needs met. You want to have your desires met. You want all you need and some extra. That's what you want. That's what we all want. We just want to live comfortably. And then there's certain things that you want to do on top of that. You want to go to this place. You want to do that. Whatever. You're dreaming up a feeling that you want your day-to-day life to be. That's what you need to be focusing on. Not what the house looks like or what the car is. No, the vibration of knowing anytime there's a problem, there's immediately a solution. It's not a problem. It's just a hiccup. It's just another thing I did today. It's not. Life is a mystery. Every single day is going to be. There's going to be side quests. There's going to be random NPCs you meet. And there's going to be other characters. And every day is going to be different. Things are going to happen today, tomorrow, and yesterday that logically have no explanation for why you know? So trust in that. Trust in that in a positive way. Trust in that in the way that, feel that energy. Of everything's covered. Everything is covered. Everything is taken care of. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know what I'm doing or how it's going to happen. But what I do know is at the end of the day, I would have done what I needed to do. And I'm taken care of, period. And because of that, you can give yourself so much more because you're not wrapped up in what you're trying to gain. I hope this makes sense to you. I don't see how it couldn't. Let spirit be your guide. 35, changing the way that you perceive life and how you think about it. Just in the present moment. Just being in the present moment. There only is right now. There only is right now. And who's to say that in the next 10 minutes somebody doesn't call you up and give you $500? And because you've got something coming up, you needed to pay it, they called you. Why can't that be your life? It is. And I don't mean just monetarily either. I just mean that why box yourself into fear because you can only see things working out certain ways and you don't see those things happening when there are infinite possibilities in the world and you've been shown that. Allow spirit to guide you through Hawkeye, from being able to see things 3 miles ahead where you don't have vision. Be able to give yourself freely but gracefully. Not over-giving. Not giving to people who don't deserve it. Giving because it was called to you to give that. You were called on that because it felt right. Because you had the answer. Because you wanted to speak up that time. And trust in things working out. Trust in your own ability to freaking survive. With Bobcat here, it's a solo guy in the woods. And somehow every year you'll see Bobcat. bigger and bigger. What did they say? Someone on TikTok said, it's coming to me. I'm so close. No, this was in a reading. Don't overanalyze a breadcrumb. You're not starving. And Bobcat isn't starving either, because mysteriously, on that morning that she woke up so hungry, there was a rabbit laying right next to her. Froze in the night. Because with whale spirit, the creativity is so beyond what you can create for yourself. It's a new beginning. With frog spirit as well, you're clearing out the clutter. And the people that this irritates, they are the clutter. Things that remind you of people like that. You're clearing out that clutter. Any energy that doesn't align with this, you're clearing that out. You're alchemizing and integrating. And you're trusting. So much green here. You're really able to open your heart chakra the most too when you're around, when you weed out the snakes in the grass, when they fall away. When your heart is protected by your throat chakra, when you speak up for yourself. We have red mixed in with it as well, with root chakra. So you are standing on your actions. You are moving where you are moving to where you are wanted, is what I want to hear. What I want to say. Oh, it's what I heard. It's what I want to hear. Is it what I want to hear? Is it what it is? It's both. You want to move where you're wanted. Some people you don't want to let go of, but there is no real choice in that. It will be. Because also, as much as you don't want certain people to go, you are moving. You are moving differently. And disrespect, when it's done to turkey spirit, is going to hit a lot differently than it does when it's done to frog, because of the way that turkey carries himself. Just offended. How could you? But with the frog, you're going to leap away anyway. But you can also leap back. There is no leaping back. Once you walk away from certain people in this stage of your life, you're just moving into your calling. And to do that, you need to get into the energy of that giddy, oh my God, thank you, gratitude. That's what it is. It's gratitude. That's what it is. And I had 23:32 on the clock. So whatever angel number that is, but that's 5-5 again, and I got 5 here. All right. I think that's all. I'll see you next time. It's Raven and Red Fox Tarot. If you enjoyed this not so tarot reading, more of a channeling, more of a talk, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me how you feel about anything that I said. Do you agree? Do you disagree? It's totally up to you. Anyway, subscribe, please, because I only need 2 more subscribers and we can go live. And I'm really excited about that. Okay? See you next time.